This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We will interact with you live on the show. Thank you for tuning in. Sitting in for Angel Tussey is our good friend Robert Johnson. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Thanks.
Good.
Thanks, Eric.
Good. Nice to have you along. We just got done talking about nonverbal communication skills. Well, here's one that we didn't put on the list because I was saving the best for last. You know, we all have a story to tell, and our next guest says, tell it well. And she is a photographer who has a love of photo greeting cards. And so we're going to talk to Amy Wright about the stories that are the heartbeats of our lives. She says stories inspire us, create connection, and build the framework of our lives and our businesses. From our friendships, family, and romances to our hobbies and work, we all want beautiful images that capture the moments of our lives and help us express our feelings. Amy K. Wright, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It is very nice to have you along with us. Now, talk to us about what got you involved. Are you a photographer?
I am, yeah. I've been doing freelance for about 14 years, and then I launched my own business in 2016, and it's been an awesome adventure.
All right. And that business is the Tell It With cards, right?
Absolutely. So I specialize in photography for your life and your business, and then have the line of Tell It Well greeting cards.
All right. And what are you trying to accomplish with your greeting cards? Because they're obviously different. Each card being a square instead of the traditional size card. And what is it that you're wanting to do in the marketplace? Give us the psychology behind it.
Sure. Well, I really do believe that we all do have a story to tell. And so when I launched my business, I wanted to be able to provide that service and help people with family sessions and product photography. But then the cards are a way to enable people to create connection with one another. And then also there's a mission behind them. So 10% of the card sales go to help women in poverty in the United States and around the world to start their own business. And when I launched my business, I was really excited about the idea of business creating good in the world. And so that was the approach that I decided to take.
So I love, this is Robert. How are you, Amy?
Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I am resonating with that connection piece that you have with the photos and why people are searching for telling that story through your greeting cards. I love that connection piece.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think we all love getting a mailed card or just a personalized note, for your birthday or a note from a friend. And I was really excited to, as an artist, create something for the marketplace that would be widely accessible. So at $4 a piece, the cards are an easy way to kind of share my art and give people a way to connect. And so far, so good. So,
how long? When did you start this business?
In 2016.
Okay.
So, and I launched in Colorado, and now I'm actually selling at Whole Foods Market. So that's been really exciting.
So talk to us about the journey there. Fascinating to us and all of our listeners probably is the idea of saying, okay, I've got a product, I start a business, I'm doing it all on my own. And then did you approach Whole Foods or did they come to you?
I approached them. And, it's a really arduous process with any retailer. But, it's all about just persistence. And I'm really passionate about the product. And then I also am passionate about the goal of helping women and their families in poverty. So it helped me stay, focused on creating the connection with them.
So I'm going to circle back around and talk about your connection with the women and what you're trying to do there. But one more question on this process of scale, because I am fairly certain what, I appreciate tenacity and persistence it wins the game, right? Then here comes the day they say yes to you, and we're going to need a certain number of these cards in our stores at all times. How do you scale something as custom as your cards?
Absolutely. Well, I think it helps to start. We started just with 3 to 4 stores, and then now I'm in 13. So I think you have to take a leap of faith in business, and I went ahead and just took a leap of faith and printed, what I thought would work. And, sometimes you guess right and sometimes you don't. But I think having a great relationship with your supplier partners, too, and knowing your timelines for business. So my printer, let's say that I had an opportunity and, they wanted me to add 20 more stores or 100 more stores.
Right.
Then having that relationship with your printer and, knowing you can get that in 2 weeks is helpful.
Okay. Yeah, it is helpful because I don't know if you know this, but Whole Foods is owned by one man, and he owns the rest of the world too. And I could see at any given point when one of those cards hits his desk, he's going to go, get Amy on line 1 right now. I need 500 million of these things by tomorrow.
I'm ready.
I love it. I love it.
So, Amy, what's the number 1 card so far? Top seller.
So Valentine's Day,
okay,
which I actually took when I was wrapping flowers. And then also there's a card called Life is Beautiful that I took of some street art graffiti in Kansas City. So.
Good
All
job.
right. Well, we want to send people to tellitwellcards.com, tellitwellcards.com with Amy K. Wright. And now, again, I'm going to circle back here and talk a little bit about your charitable contribution here. Amy, when you chose to provide microloans for women in poverty, you aligned with WholePlanetFoundation.org. And what made you choose them over anyone else?
Sure. Well, I actually had an opportunity to go to India twice with the organization, and actually, went to 2 different villages. And that was life-changing, just seeing the work on the ground and, meeting the women and their husbands and children and grandmas that are receiving the loans. And, I really wanted to translate that and also connect people to that idea around how they can also help. Because I think sometimes ideas like, how do I help poverty, around the world or in the United States can feel kind of big and overwhelming.
Absolutely. Amy, I apologize. We have to go. But here's the address again, tellitwellcards.com. And 10% of all sales go to that Whole Planet Foundation to provide microloans to women in poverty in the U.S. and around the world. Amy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Folks, don't go anywhere when we come back. Janice Rendon is in the house. We'll be back right after these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.